Welcome to Next to Madison, a podcast to help you live your best life. Hey, welcome back to another episode of Next to Madison. On today's episode, I am talking to quite the character, and I mean that in a very positive way. He's been a dear friend of mine since I started in this business. He is kind of a Hollywood legend. He's also an acting coach and a producer and the star of a new Vimeo series that he's going to tell us all about. So with that being said, I want to bring on my guest next to me today, or through the Zoom since we're in COVID, Mr. Johnny Venokur. How are you?
Oh, hot, very hot. I realize, what Florida is. It's really, when they say melting pot,
Yeah.
Seriously. When will there be, all I dream of is ice cubes and being cool and just not feeling, the humidity is just, I'm doing pretty good. Thank you. I'm doing good, very hot.
Well, good. So you're in Florida then because of Corona. Is that why you escaped LA?
That's correct. So funny that you say Corona, because when you say Corona, I'm thinking of a lime.
I think you switched to COVID.
Who thinks of Corona? I extended my stay here in Florida, in Coconut Creek, because of a few things that are going on where I live, and back in Los Angeles. That's the fires, not much, the earthquakes, the unrest, and the coronavirus. But I'm a very positive person. I do believe, because I'm good at moving around, I can outdodge this, no problem.
Yep, that's a way to look about it, right? Or think about it. And the thing is with Corona, it's been one of those things where it's been such a life-changing moment, and it's like, we just want to get back to normalcy. But it also kind of allowed us to do things we wouldn't normally have done. So there's a lot of blessings that came out of it too.
So true. It's all a blessing. First of all, it is what it is. It's here, and we need to deal with it. As a producer and a performer, entertainer, we deal with it many different ways. All my friends were in very big, high places. They're all wondering, oh my God, what's going on? Can I get through this? And the answer is yes. I'm a very positive person. I also teach and I coach. I'm an entertainment life coach. I never leave anybody go without feeling like they can woo, like to the moon.
Yeah.
And rise to the occasion, because we can, and we can get through this. Occasionally I do my group meeting on Friday called it's called what's it called? An improv, cocktails and improv.
Right?
I forgot. Look what's going on with the cocktails and improv. It's Eastern Standard Time, 8:00 on Zoom. And I tell everybody when we get together, just vent. I want to hear what you have to say. And they're able to talk, and everybody is similar in their own right. We are all going through this very uncomfortable time, but some way, somehow, we find some comfortable places. We find some normalcy, and this is what I preach to all my great partners and writers and producers and directors and performers. Yep. And people and clients that just aren't doing good because they're so beside themselves and that they're not sure, can they get through this? The answer is yes, you can. You can. You just have to realize we are here, okay, and it's for a reason, and we can get through this, and there is no doubt in my mind.
So how have you always been this positive, or is it something that you've learned to kind of create in this business because there is so much uncertainty and negativity?
Very interesting. When I was a kid, I don't know, 10, 9, I remember back in elementary school, everybody was doing their thing, and I was hanging out with the people who service the school, the custodians. I was this little tiny guy that they could hardly even see, but I felt I felt compelled to make people smile, to make them feel good, and to treat people like equal. And I did that as a very young kid, but I didn't realize it till now that I did that then, and that everything connects, because who we are at a very young age, believe me, my friend, it connects later on in life. So
Yeah.
when I'm with people, Madison, I get very often the cab driver or the person at the deli or whatever who says to me, "Hey, Johnny, thanks for talking to me." And I say to myself, "Thanks for talking." I mean, I'm compelled to talk, as you know,
Yes, we
and
love to talk.
but to make you happy, to make you feel good, is something that I thrive for, thrive on.
Oh, well, that's probably, kind of why you have such a good life and you're just a good spirit. I always enjoy talking to you, and I'm so happy we became friends. I remember we met through when I was working in the pet industry, and I was one of my clients was Petapotty, Brandon Hoffman. That's
Oh
how
my
we originally
God.
met when I was out in LA. Do you remember?
No. Now I remember. I just spoke to Brandon. I wished him a happy birthday.
Yeah. How
Oh,
crazy is that?
yeah. I'm remembering that now. Brandon's quite a guy. Brandon Hoffman, who created Petapotty, an amazing. Him and his then wife created Petapotty, and it was a tremendous success. And I remember he showed up to a meeting because I was trying to put a show together with him, and he showed up, and he was sitting, and right next to him in a seat, all by her little lonesome, was his little dog, and it plainly said on a sign, "No dogs." But no one bothered this dog because this dog had an attitude. "Don't mess with me, please. I'm not bothering anybody." And that dog would sit there with gloating, almost with a float. And I am
Oh,
totally not kidding. Brandon Hockwood will tell you the story. And I've been barking all the all the way.
yeah.
Yes, I love dogs. Oh, I
Oh,
love
they're the best, aren't they? So let's talk about you though and your career, because you've had an interesting career. Can you kind of walk us through when you got into acting and kind of where it's taken you? Because you've
dogs.
made some great friends and connections and
Sure. As a young man, I always was interested in the business. And in New York City, my father ran a very famous restaurant called the Stage Delicatessen. And in that deli came stars and movie actors and Paul Newman and you name it, they all walked in, and I got to look up to them and go, "Wow, I want to be that someday." But
oh
I always loved entertaining, and I got into plays early on and off Broadway, and stayed in New York. And I love the business in New York. I love the hustle and bustle of the city, and I love getting on stage and performing, for whoever would happen to show up to that performance. But we didn't, in New York, we have a mentality, hey, the performance goes on no matter what, and we're still good. We're still as good as we can be,
yeah.
and I think that's what makes us better, the East Coast actor. Well, not to say that we're the only ones, but we have a mentality about us that performance is important. That performance drove me, literally. I mean, I loved it. Other friends were getting high, and I was on stage getting high, and I really was. I
Yeah.
loved it. I love the performance. I loved not being me for a second. It's a place I started doing some stand-up, was Catch a Rising Star,
Uh-huh.
way back at Rick Newman's place. But later on, I tell you something. You do this real quick. There was a fellow, he's an old writer. His name is Eli Bass, and I was recommended, and he wrote a monologue for me. And I was told, "Johnny, you do this monologue, and you are shooting to the stars." I was like a teenager. I don't know. So he invited me to what they call a stag lunch, Red Fox, old school. Everybody got up and performed, and then old comedian, old, you may not know. Your viewers might know, maybe.
Yeah.
Red Buttons. Red Buttons comes out. I'm with the guy who wrote my piece, met him at the Friars Club.
Uh-huh.
All of a sudden, Red Buttons performs my monologue, word for word. So I look and I start sweating, and I look up at old Mr. Eli Bass, and I say, "Don't say anything, Johnny. You don't want to burn bridges, and maybe it's good." So I found out later on this writer was known for newcomers. He would give someone else's material to the newcomer. Little did I know. But it was lessons learned in this business, and we learn lessons all the time.
Yeah.
As long as we get better, as long as we improve, we can't stay stuck.
Yes.
Dancers, actors, comedians. We can't stay stuck. We gotta. Sunda Kronquist literally was on Santa Monica Boulevard last night at 8 p.m. outside on the street doing open mic.
Who
Sunda
was?
Kronquist, look her up. She will blow your mind. She literally had an open mic outside her school. All the comedians showed. The place was pretty busy for the corona going on, and it was brilliant because we as creative people, and Madison, what I'm saying,
Yeah.
we need to really own our creativity and be creative every day. And that's how my guys, who are writers and producers, my great friend who's my partner, Billy Ryback, who was the co-exec producer of Home Improvement, him and me have a new show called Seven Mayors of New York, which is being looked at right now with many people are looking at it. I don't want to say right now because it's supposed to be hush hush. But it's such a
Yeah.
wonderful, wonderful script. And oh my God, Billy's so amazing. But everybody was under the cloud. Like, what should I do? Am I okay? And yes, we are okay. And we're going to get there. Here's the interesting thing.
That is awesome.
Because of the coronavirus,
Uh-huh.
when I picked up the phone to talk to, say, maybe Seth Rogen or, John Stamos,
Uh-huh.
I got to talk to them because of the virus.
Yeah.
A guy like me can talk to people. I always add humor to this, but because when I would talk to a producer, a manager, an agent, or publicist, in the background, I could hear them making breakfast or talking to their kids. Because, Madison, we were on an even playing field, all of us.
We
And
are.
we all felt it. The heart felt it, the soul felt it, and we were talking. And we were all in this virus together. So anyway, it just blew my mind. I'm sorry. I talked.
Yeah, no, I think that's really great because yeah, it definitely is caused people to kind of reinvent in a way and figure out how to make it work, and that's what life's all about, is kind of adjusting through those different times. But you also, let's talk about real quick. You were one of the producers of I think it was VH1. Scott Baio was 45 and Single.
Yes, absolutely. Now, what happened then is we were very close friends for a long time, Scott Baio and myself and his brother Stephen, friends, as young guys, and just a little older, not much,
Yeah.
but we got together and a show was created called Scott Baio's 45 and Single. And I was one of the producers, and because I was such good friends with Scott, I was able to really help create a lot of the storyline and the scenes, and also yours truly, Johnny V, who was a character from God knows where, but it was from my mind and my real mind. There was a scene that we did, and it took place in an Italian restaurant. Baio was next to me, and I was over here, and all of a sudden I said, "Everybody, hold hands," and I said, "Vihana." We all looked at each other and they all said, "What are you doing, John?" I said, "That's my Haftarah. In case my girl that's coming to see me is Jewish, I'm all set." And I had all the names written down on my hand. Baio couldn't contain himself. He laughed till the end of the shoot. But we had so much fun. And I was able to help create all the storylines and what happened with Johnny V and so forth. And I'll tell you something interesting that Scott said. The execs came up to him once when the show was, we were just about number one, and they said, "Scott, this Johnny Venokur is, he's kind of taking over." And Baio looked at him. I was there. Baio looked at the network and says, "Well, then I guess I'm doing my job," because he was brilliant. And ever since he stepped foot from doing his job, meaning that as a producer, we're number one, and that's really what it was supposed to be. But it was an amazing experience for me, and at the same time that show was number one. I'll tell you something. I got to do some amazing improv work and character work on that show. And I created the beats as we went along. I created the dramatic beats. It was crazy. The cliffhangers that
Yeah.
millions and millions of people were tuning in on. And I was glad for the opportunity. It was wonderful.
So how many seasons did it run?
That ran 2 seasons. Was going on a third, and then there was some internal things that went down, and that was it. But we were number one. It should have gone 5 seasons, but things happen, and no matter what, as things go along, everybody has to stay on cue because it's crazy out there. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it completely is. Wasn't there another spin-off show? Like Scott Baio's 47 and engaged or something like that?
No, yeah, well, it was Scott Baio's 45 and single, and then 46 and pregnant. And yeah, and then that was it. And then they had several more to go. But believe me, I will just say this: it was number one. Millions of people were tuning in. I mean, I had everybody in Hollywood, and God knows what other country that were
Yeah.
watching it and knew Johnny V, and of course knew Scott as well. And it was it was amazing. And from there, exposure is exposure.
Right.
And so if we're good at what we do, then we go to the next place. And that's when I not that long ago started working with John Voight on Ray Donovan, and that was amazing. I know John for many years, and again, listen, we are performers, and there's no limit to what we can do and create.
This is so true, and it's so well said.
And the thing is, funny as I talk to you, Madison, and I'll talk to anyone that is in entertainment, is that here's the thing, guys, there's no time like now. Because guess what? Down the line, you're going to go, oh my God, why didn't I do it then? Then is now. Remember that. Then is now. And
Yeah.
by the way, whatever you haven't done, don't go back. Now is the time.
Exactly, because I think everybody has that moment in their life where they sit, maybe things are going right or maybe things aren't, and you reflect back and you're like, oh, I wish I had da 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 da, or oh God, what it would be like to be back in high school, and you know what I'm saying, or college or whatever. And the truth is, one day you're going to be saying that about the moment you're in now. So it's always that enjoy the moment you're in now and like let go of the fear, especially like in entertainment or even an entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurs, I can't even speak. This seems to be a common thing lately. As I always say, I can't speak, but it's one of those things where you just have to kind of let go of the fear and get out of your own way and push forward. Do what you got to do.
It's so important. I used to make so many calls, Madison, and go, "Hey, can you help me finish this? I'm right there. I'm right there. I know I'm right there. Can you just help me finish? No, please. And I couldn't reach him. Sometimes I wouldn't get things done. Here's the thing, guys. You can finish. You are good. You just gotta realize your greatness. And this is not talk that's not real talk, because I'm talking to me. And it's so important to get hold of your greatness and do it, because I'm surprising myself now. I mean, I'm only 27, but still, I am surprising myself right now, going, holy cow, you're good, and you can do this. And then I surround myself with the masters. Don't ever not do that, because those masters will give you success. The masters are the writers, the people that are a little better, that they've had some success.
Yes.
Take the ride, but be proactive. Take the ride. Woo!
That's exactly right. So you're also an acting coach and also a life coach.
Yes.
So you probably deal with a lot of people in entertainment with constant, because it's the nature of this business, it's just constant rejection. What are your mechanisms that you give to these students that helps them cope with rejection and not to take it personally? Because this applies to every industry. Nobody wants to be rejected in anything.
First of all, It's so crazy. I never use the word hope. When a young person says, I hope this happens, I go, forget about the hope. Number one, it will happen. It's the confidence level. It really is. And I talk to people all the time, and they continuously put obstacles in front of them, and I erase one at a time. By. You are free. Set me free, and I will create genius. And that's what I do. I set them free of their, I don't mean to say crap, but of their crap. And we totally are inundated by our crap and the stuff that holds us back and holds us down and stops us from succeeding. Bull. No, you can't do it. We got to wipe that away. We have to own our great talents and lose the fear. So we chop away at it one thing at a time. It's not easy. It's not easy. But I take these people, some I know and don't know, put them on a pedestal, and that includes people that have been in the business. That are still, because when we're in the business, we've had the success. Now we're dealing with, oh my God, I had the success, but now I'm here. How do I figure this out? And how do I clear myself of all this crap that is twirling and whirling inside me? How do I free myself up so that I can be good again? Yeah,
Yes.
Because you can be. And I love it. It's amazing to watch these young people. And I've been working on the Zoom cocktails and improv, and I get right into their mind and soul, and I see them. Sometimes I find out a little bit about them, so I can work that. That there's so many great, wonderful souls around, and oh my God, they're their own worst enemy. And I look at this person, this one girl I work with, and she's going through God knows what, and this and that, and medical and this and that, and I just look at her and I go, wow. I go, you have to be here. You have to be here. You are mastering this craft without even trying. The truth is, she is. She's amazing. She's this natural person, this natural entertainer and singer and vocalist, and she's great. And so Madison, we know I like to talk and I get off of my high heart, but I go for the heart.
Yeah.
The heart. I want to talk to your heart. That's what I want to talk to. I want you to feel what I'm saying, and not just, slough it off. I want to feel that I want to feel that your heart feels. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's so important to do. So you talk about the people that you've worked with and the things where the obstacles that get in people's way. What are some of those common obstacles that you've seen? Because maybe some of our listeners can relate to them, and you can kind of help.
Well, one for sure, and that is that we always go back, and like you said, we always go back and refer to something that didn't go right, or some bad experience, or something negative, and that this is what we have. We really have to deal with the here and now, and that goes for anyone in any position. It doesn't matter. I talk to I work with a lot of people who've had great successes, and now they're going through the worst depression possible. But not when I get done. But I remember friends, a guy I work with, a partner. He's right now as we speak. Lloyd Lee Barnett is over in Manhattan Beach. He's working for Avatar. He's a visual effects guy. He's an amazing talent. He says, John, I wish I met you about it. I really love you, man. You're the friend I wanted. Da 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 da.
Yeah.
I said, Lloyd, forget about 20 years ago. I don't want to go back 20 years ago. I want to know what's happening tomorrow and tomorrow night. And I like to go out and have some sake right now. And I don't want to talk about 20 years ago. I want you to deal with now. And all the things that we speak about and talk about that you need to get done and you're getting done, do not overwhelm yourself with what you didn't do, what you wish for. Be in the moment. This is it. And we can attain that. We are so way ahead of the game. We will have great success now. Now's the time.
So you always hear it, and everybody's heard it. Live in the present, because like the past is depression, the future is anxiety, the present is peace. But I would say 98% of us out there have a very difficult time doing that, what are some tips and tricks for your clients that you can share with us to help get you in the moment?
Madison, I love you. I really simplify everything, and I just help people find good moments,
Uh-huh.
and to get out of their doldrum. Okay. If they're there, then they got to get out. They got to go out. They got to dance. They got to sing. They got to find a happy place. They have to. You can't remain in the doldrum and the depression.
Yeah.
Finding ways to get out, whatever it is. I met a woman recently I met her somewhere, and she's depressed. Oh, Johnny, I'm going through this, I'm going through that, and oh my God, I don't know. And and I just looked at her. I never met her before, and I said, hey, listen, just please do this favor. Just go home. Go home. Turn some of your favorite music on and just dance. What? She said, what? Just do me a favor, okay, honey?
Yeah.
Just dance. Just dance. And if you're really compelled, you feel like, oh my God, you got your groove on, then start to sing. And I don't care if it's good. Do that. Do that. Find the happy place that's going to pull you from your depression and find the laughter. Call me, by the way. I'll make you laugh. But
Yeah.
find the laughter. And what I'm saying sounds so elementary. Oh, but no, it isn't. No, I've dealt with so many people, and when we start laughing, they laugh so much, they go, oh, shit, I forgot what I was depressed about.
Yeah.
So that's something I think about. Find a happy place, make yourself laugh, dance a little bit, sing a little bit. Let me tell you guys right now, music is, I don't know if you know this, but music is now a medication, as we always knew it was. So doctors can actually write a prescription for music. This is true.
Why
Look
would
it
you
up.
need a prescription for music?
I couldn't tell you exactly, except they're telling you what kind of music would be right for your ailment. I don't know, but I know that that's a true statement. They're actually saying, some doctors are saying, this is what you should be listening to, and we know anyway. Doctor, we don't need a doctor to tell us.
Yeah.
But we do need people to remind us, and you need to surround yourself with good, positive people. And the negative people that are draining you of all your wonderful spirit and creativity and positivity, those people, they got to go. Don't go home and call all your friends and relatives in one day, but those people have got to go. A little change every day, a little change every day is going to mount up and is going to make you powerful and strong.
No, that's so true. But yeah, you've mentioned a couple times about who you surround yourself with, and I've heard from a previous guest. She said something remarkable. You are the sum of the 5 people you hang out with the most. So those people you hang out with, pay attention to why you're hanging out, how they're making you feel. Are they somebody you want to aspire to be like, meaning they're positive, they're better, you can learn from them. It's important to do that.
Madison, it's so important. Listen, but here's the deal, Madison, and everybody that's listening. We make mistakes.
Yeah.
How many times do we say to each other, or do I say to my friends, stop beating yourself up. Stop already. Stop, stop, stop.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, we know in our hearts the right people to surround ourselves with. But listen, it's not always sugar and spice. There are going to be people and good friends that are just falling apart. They're falling apart.
Yeah.
Limb by limb.
It happens to all of us,
And it happens, you know what? And we're good people, so we support each other there too. But we can't let anybody drain us of our great spirit. We can't do that. Then we're doing ourselves a great disservice. We've got to be very smart about our where we travel, what we do, and who we put in our lives. And you and me, I mean, we are the bosses. We are the boss. of who will be there, who will not be there. We're the boss. No one can tell us. We know. We know. And so in entertainment or just in friendship and in life, it's great to own up to who you put around you and who you become friends with, so forth.
Yeah, 100%, absolutely. So let's now go into your new Vimeo series that you've been working on during this time.
Right, absolutely. Just to let you know, I was traveling out to New York and the pandemic happened. I was working, I was about to work on a show with Forrest Whitaker, who I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
I'm just a huge fan of Forrest Whitaker. I mean, shit. I mean, I was going to say, if I was gay, I'd be in love with him. But I am in love with him, and he's just a great performer. And the Godfather of Harlem was being done, and they pulled it for a while. And that, just without telling you the whole story, that was a labor of love. The exec producers, a few of them from New Jersey, etc. They was a labor of love. It was over many years, and then finally Forrest Whitaker said, "Let's go." And when Forrest Whitaker says, "Let's go," that's a deal, baby. But Whitaker's the best. I've seen him around. I'm sorry?
I said, this is very true.
Right. As we know, the business is that way. I do a lot of, I'm in, we're pitching now all the time to, to Quibi and to Amazon and to Netflix and Hulu and all. And it's great. It's so interesting. Someone said about me. They said, "Johnny, you kind of have a car salesman mentality about you."
Oh, I can see that. You definitely do. That's a New Yorker in you, though.
And the truth is that the best and the most successful showrunners in Hollywood, and I could name a list, all have that mentality about them, and they just never stop selling. Never. They never stop selling. It's the craziest thing. But when you sell one, then you sell a few more. So I cut you off. You asked me about what, and
I want to hear about Cannolis Comeback.
Oh, well, somebody addressed. So here I am sitting in Coconut Creek, and I'm in a, I'm losing my mind. I said, what am I missing? What am I missing? I'm missing my performance. I'm missing this. I'm missing, this and that. This was in the beginning, and I was approached by some people who worked with me, and they wanted to do like a mockumentary about the character they played on VH1, being the Wingman.
Yeah.
They wanted to show the Wingman on his comeback and back to reality. You know what's weird, Madison? I think of all of a sudden, I don't know why, music is in my mind. Anyway. But here comes, so I did this character, Cannoli, on a show in quarantine. And then they approached me again. They said, "Johnny, we want to do Cannoli's Comeback. We want to do a show within a show. We want to show everything that happens and so forth as he tries to climb the ladder back to success." And it's just off the page. I've got great and wonderful people that I know that are going to get involved. And I don't know if you know Faith Ford from Murphy Brown and her sister Devin O'Day, who's in Nashville right now. They're great celebrities that are coming aboard and that are going to give shout outs to, yes, yours truly.
So is there anything online right now?
They put some things on Vimeo right now.
This is like kind of your own little reality thing.
Well, yeah, the people approached me and said, "Johnny, do you want to do Cannoli's Comeback?" And I said, "Well, great. What is it?" And they told me what it was. I said, "It's great. It's funny. Yeah, let's do it." And so the beginning is just really audition tapes to show, eventually it's a loosely scripted show. So there's a couple of networks that want to play it. Vimeo, of course, is playing some stuff right now. And you can look, I think, on Facebook, Cannoli's Comeback, and so forth. And maybe you can list it later on. But but if you look on Facebook, Cannolis Comeback, it'll tell you everything. Instagram is Cannolis Comeback too. By the way, Cannoli spelled Cannolli. It's spelled wrong, but that's the writers. That's what they wanted. But
Oh,
we're having.
okay. I didn't even know how to spell cannoli.
Who knows? I only know how to eat them.
Yeah.
But I'm having so much fun. I'm getting to connect and relate to so many people I do know and don't know, and be able to. I'm performing in quarantine. This is crazy, and it's bizarre. It's off the page, and I'm really getting to really investigate all these great characters and these great moments that are just absolutely bizarre and off the page. So as I interact with so many different characters, because each person that comes in works on several characters, and then I have to interact. And this is the first part of Cannolis Comeback. So it's so much fun, and glad to be part of it. But I'll tell you, they just called me. I sound like an actor. For all you actors out there, for all you actors, things are getting going. They're getting to. I mean, we're getting some normalcy back. My agent called me from Beverly Hills. Says, Johnny, we got a meeting regarding the TV FX series Fargo, and I went, all right, very good. Let me get myself together. And I found my solid wall. And I set my self tape, But there is some normalcy coming back. I've got some friends that are doing some films now. Listen, we will get back, and people are feeling the heat. So I'm excited because I love the business. I love people in the business. And I love you, Madison next door. I love you.
Oh, well, thank you. Now, Johnny, I want to, what's up?
No, I was just going to say, if anybody's listening, don't ever not say you love somebody, because love is a great thing. And if you meet people in your life, you don't have to be married to them. You don't have to even go out on a date with them. You could just love a person, for who they are. I mean, I've got great friends that I love. So love me tender, love me true.
Oh, Johnny Venokur, you need a reality show. You got to get
back. Oh my God.
You're funny, you're positive. Maybe we'll make it happen. Okay, so before we do wrap up, I want you, because you are so positive, because you're a life coach and you're also an acting coach, but let's just talk about life. Everybody, no matter what they do. What are your top 5 tips for living your best life?
Wow. Well, for living your best life. Yeah. Well, one, don't hold back, and you might want to call it your bucket list. Get your things done. Get rid of your fear. Get things done. 2, when you're sad, don't be sad for too long. You find that friend. You find that place, you find that moment, make you happy, make you laugh. Don't stay down there for too long. Find a place, you will find it, and you will overcome it. Also, a lot of us, get upset and get frustrated, and we're just angry at life and how we believe that it's, making us feel. So be careful. Do the opposite. And when you feel like you want to yell at someone, or you want to get into an altercation, or you want to just you want to burn some stuff off, no, don't. Find a good place. Find a good place, and you'll live longer also. And again, we talked about, very important in life is to surround yourself. It's never too late to build that team around you. You got to remember, guys. There's a lot of people we haven't met. We don't even know who they are. We don't even know their first name. But can you imagine that next person becomes your soulmate? Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It could very well happen. Keep that open. Don't just depend on your old ways and the friends you've had for a lifetime.
Yeah.
Which is good and important, but allow the new friendships, allow those new situations to come to play, because that could change your life. Doesn't mean you have to, leave this earth and go to another galaxy, but be open. And hey, by the way, I was going to say, I'll say this again. If there's something you're thinking about that you could never believe that you could do, get out and do it. Can you imagine? And I'm going to give you one more thing. Can you imagine? Okay, let me finish that statement. Can you imagine doing so and so? Like I asked this guy once, I says, what are you doing? He says, I'm paying a mortgage, I'm married. I says, I'm stuck. I says, I know you're stuck, but what would you love to do? And he says to me, you know, Johnny, I'd like to be a captain of a ship. That's what I want to do. Anyway, that became my next reality show. You know, one other thing that's important, guys, is travel. You know,
Yes.
don't stay in one place. We do that too often, and time keeps on slipping into the future. And I don't know who sings that, but I remember it, and I remember listening to that as a kid. And I said to myself, I seriously, I remember the words, and I said, I am not letting this happen to me. I swear to God, oh no, don't let that happen. Use today and tomorrow, and set up a trip, a camping trip, whatever, or go to an island, or get in your car with your loved ones and so forth, and go somewhere different for a minute. You got to leave. You got to leave. They call it feng shui. You got to leave where you are and go somewhere else. I don't care. Go ride a horse. Go to a park. So, to the story is this: is do things and that invigorate you, that make you passionate, and that goes for anybody, and so forth. So I will just say also in this world that we're in right now.
Yeah, the crazy world.
You know what, Madison? We just have to stay safe. And oh, I got out of the picture. But don't think I leave home without it. Because guess what? I don't leave home without it. And this is what I'm trying to say. Everybody in their own right should be safe and stay safe and be sensible. And that's really what I'm saying. And I'm going to say one more thing. The young lady whose show that I'm on right now, Madison Malloy, who I met many years ago, as never, who I know, and I do love her dearly, because she is an amazing, wonderful spirit, and she takes that spirit and she passes it along. That's the trick of life. Can we take the greatness and the goodness that we have inside and pass it on to our neighbors? Yes. And that's what I would have said if I was Mr. Rogers. Yes, welcome to my neighborhood. Love thy neighbor. But you know, the love's important, more important than now than ever. And you know, stay on track and love show love.
Yes. So where can people find you and contact you if they want to either take acting classes or life coaching sessions, or find your work? Because you got a lot of exciting stuff. A lot of stuff.
Now the Instagram, of course, is Crashin' Johnny V. That's CRASHIN Johnny V, JOHNNYV. But of course, you can just I mean that's my Instagram. But also, you know, you have an email, which is very easy. AskJohnnyV@gmail. And I will answer that email. I've got some people that work with me, and all their names are Johnny V. And I said, if you want to work for me, you have to be Johnny V. I'm kidding, but ask Johnny V. ASK Johnny JOHNNYV @gmail, and I will answer you. I love here, guys. I'd love to help. I really would.
Yes, you do.
I will just say this to you. I've had a gentleman that I went to school with, Madison, and he called me recently about his son. And he said, Johnny, there is no money that I could spend what you did for my son. And it wasn't about the money, guys. It really wasn't. I realized I was working with someone who was hurt emotionally. I knew a little bit, but not much. And I took him from here. He's 27, buddy, 26, 27. And I put him over here. And when I talk to him, I feel tears, because that's how thankful he is. He's in a great relationship now. He's realizing life is good and can be good. And thank God for Johnny V.
Oh, that's amazing. And that's got to be so so
So when you help people like that,
we're supposed to help others. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to, as the Lord
that's what we
says.
should.
Yeah.
Sorry, I cut you off. That's what we should do. Absolutely.
No, well, that's what God wants us to do. We're here to kind of help and serve others and on our journey. And we have to always remember that before it's too late and life's over. Yeah.
Oh my God. And that's something else I'm going to tell you. God bless the people that go, how you doing today? And they go, well, I'm above dirt, or I'm above, and I'm going, oh, bull, just be happy, find happiness every day. Listen, I don't ever see an end, never. I see the next day, the one after that, and the one after that. And oh God, I can't wait to go dancing and singing, and I can't wait to travel to my next destination. Woo!
Me too. Well, Johnny, thank you so much for being with us today and sharing your positivity tips and your journey of Hollywood and reality. And I'm so excited to see what's up next for you. I know that you're working with like Seth Rogen and Scott Baio and all these celebrity people. I don't know personally yet, but I'm excited for you, and I'm so excited to follow your adventure. So you guys definitely follow him on Instagram, and also all his social links will be on our website at nexttomadison.com. You can go to the Johnny Venokur episode and you will see all the links. You can quickly connect along with his email, which again is askjohnnyv@gmail.com. If you're struggling with something in your life or you just want to get out of your own way, Johnny's the guy to call. Very great. Johnny, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Madison Malloy.
Yes.
You are loved.
And thank you all that are listening, wherever you are listening, for listening to I'm so repetitive today, listening. Thanks again for listening to another episode of Next to Madison. We'll see you guys next time to find out who's next.
Peace.
Hey, your host here, Madison Malloy. Please make sure to subscribe to the show on all podcast platforms, and please rate and review us on iTunes and Spotify. Also, if you have any questions or comments, you can email us at contact@nexttomadison.com. I thank you again for listening. Bye.